How's it going, guys? Deans here and welcome to another FIFA 20 video. We are back with Team of the Year finally being released. As you can see here, straight on the screen, we've got ourselves a TOTY Mane, Messi and Mbappe. Not bad looking cards whatsoever. We do today have a brand new objective to be going through, and we will go ahead and take a look into that. I want to go and have a look at his stats though, but I've seen him already and it's a Flashback Iniesta objective for us. Now, this was it was leaked onto the internet last night, I believe it was. It might have been yesterday. This card's been floating around for a little bit now, so a lot of people have seen it. Not sure how I feel about it. Now, if you compare this card to last year, when it was a Flashback Iniesta card, it was a 93 rated card. Now, I don't know why they didn't just redo something like that, but that card was miles better. Not sure how I feel about this one. Before I take a look at the objectives, of course, I just want to go ahead and look at him in concept. So I want to get a bit of a better look at his in-game stats to see what I think of this card. I don't know about how quickly I'm going to be grinding for this one. I'll probably try and get it done. It's a nice high-rated card, so it's always useful to have in the club. But I don't really know how much I care for this card, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at this card though. 4-star, 4-stars, not bad. High, medium work rates, not bad. Now, in-game stats, yeah, kind of pretty much what I expected. Not awful at all, as you'd probably expect from a 91 rated card. It does look decent. I don't know how much I'm really hyped for this card, to be honest with you. So stamina strength is looking great. Dribbling is fantastic for him. 96 dribbling does look really good. 99 ball control, 96 dribbling, 98 composure, 90 reactions. Looks fantastic. Passing is brilliant as well. So dribbling and passing, absolutely fantastic for a card. Looks excellent, I think, as well for a lot of people that have got that David Villa card. It's going to be a big one for them. I'm sure a lot of people will really hyped to see these two cards in together. Just the duo of those two would be fantastic. So if I had this David Villa card, I'd probably be a lot more hyped. For me at the moment though, he just doesn't get into many of my squads. Now, I could, to be fair, if I went with this squad here, I think at the moment I could probably put him in at Cam. I use Inaki Williams, and I've got this Morales as well, so I could probably stick him in there. Just again, don't know how I feel, but let's take a look at the objectives itself. Let's take a look at what it's going to take to actually try and unlock this card. Now, a 91 rated card, I kind of feel like it shouldn't be so easy, but at the same time, going to take a little bit of work. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got score using Spanish players and 2 separate rivals wins to earn a flashback. Yes, on 7-0. That's not too bad at all. Pretty straightforward, just using Spain players, so that's not a hard one whatsoever. From west to east, score using so we got some J League players that we got to score with there, and that's a squad battle. So I was at first glance for that one going to say a lot of people are going to be picking up using David Villa for this if they've got that card, and it's going to, only they are either way. I don't really know what in terms of players from the JD. We'll have a look at some. I'm sure there's some that are pretty decent to use, but it's not too hard. It's professional on squad battle, so that's not awful at all. Sis using 8 through passes, so it's not awful. It's a nice easy one to get done as well. It's just, I think the theme here is you've got a fair bit to do. So he's got to score 2 in 2 games there. You've got to score 3 in squad battles wins, so 3 squad battles wins there. So already that's 5 games in the first 2 objectives there. You've got to score 8 in that. You could probably do those quite frequently if you've relegated a bit. You'd probably be able to do this one quite easily. But still, that's 8 through balls that you've got to score. So that's going to be a couple of games in its own right there. You could of course just do the 2 of these together. La Liga veterans score a finesse shot using La Liga players in 4 certain rivals wins. So again, more rival wins. So that's at least another 4. But you could of course assist those finesse shots with some through balls, so that's not too bad whatsoever. Last minute hero wins 6 rivals matches using 11 Spanish players in your starting squad. That one is a bit of an odd one for me. 11 Spanish players. I don't know how I'm going to get that one done. I'm going to have to buy them, of course. Let's take a little look. So we want to look at Spanish players and we want to look at J League players. So that's the 2 main ones for me here. I've got a fair few Spain players, but not by any means, I think, a full squad. I'll probably have to buy some players, I think. Or I might have some lying around. I'm not too sure. But Spanish players, let's see what we've got in my club. Just for the sake of it. So some fairly alright players. I think Inaki Williams and that Morales are going to be big ones for me, for sure. But I'm going to have to go out and buy some players. So, yeah, that's not an awful one. I think a lot of players are probably going to jump up in price quite a little bit. But, yeah, I just want to take a little look at the J League and see how we're doing there. So, J League. What have I got in my club? Not really. I mean, this guy's alright. It's not too bad. Nothing to scream about. What about concepts? So, you've, of course, got David and Iniesta. There's a Podolski here. I'm pretty sure this is an inform. That was quite an interesting one that I maybe consider picking up. An inform Podolski. It's not a terrible looking card by any means. It's an alright one. So probably wouldn't mind using that one at all. But it's at the same time, I think this is on squad battles, so probably don't want to spend too many coins just for some squad battles games, to be honest with you. It shouldn't be that hard, especially for professionals. So even a normal Podolski is not an awful one to go with. Normal David Villa isn't terrible. Pace isn't brilliant, but it shouldn't be an issue. So they should actually be pretty easy to complete. I think the main theme for these objectives is it's very time consuming, to be honest. It's going to take a little bit of time to get this one done. You have got a total of... Well, it doesn't say how long you've got, to be honest with you. So I'm guessing you've got to the end of the season, which is 3 days. So actually, I'll note really... 3 days to get these done. This is a bit of a grind for 4 days. I don't know. I've got a horrible feeling I'll end up missing this one, which is a bit of a shame. It's just a lot to grind for in 4 days for a card that I'm probably not going to use. I don't know. I'd be quite interested to see how many of you actually want to use this card and how many of you will have him in your squad. I think for those of you that have got that David Villa card, and if you've got that Icon Guardiola card, he's going to be huge for your squads, but for me, just probably isn't going to get in my squads whatsoever at all. I'm going to go for it. I'll give it a try for sure, but I don't really want to grind that hard for this card just because even the packs aren't brilliant. Consumables packs, you might maybe get lucky, like even a draft token, that would be a huge one. But yeah, the packs don't scream out to me. I'm trying to build up my packs at the moment. I've got 76 packs lurking around in the store just for when the full team year comes out. I was hoping maybe we'd have them all today, but we didn't. But yeah, objectives are pretty easy. They're not too difficult. There isn't much in terms of content for SBCs. Like there was this Team Year Challenge. I've completed that one already. There's a Flashback Neuer. Now this one is one I'm really interested in picking up, to be honest with you. Doesn't seem too expensive, which I find is quite good with a lot of the goalkeepers. When they do goalkeeper SBCs and high rated ones, they haven't made them that expensive. So an 85 rated squad and an 83 rated squad. I just want to maybe take a look on Footbin here and see what we're kind of looking at in terms of price, because this one is a what I'm quite interested in doing. I use Neuer quite a lot this year, so according to Footbin, it's 120k for this. 120k for a Flashback Team of the Year Neuer, 92 rated Neuer. That's not bad. It's not awful. It's a lot to chuck into an SBC for a goalkeeper, and I'm going to have a think about this one, to be honest with you. I think with Lightning Rounds coming out, the player price is going to fluctuate quite a bit. Might get lucky. I think I'll maybe as well wait till I've opened up my packs. If he's still in SBC then, it's one I'll consider picking up. But to be honest with you, I absolutely love using Neuer this year. He's a fantastic card. So I did have his inform for the first while at the start of the year. But I just want to maybe compare the two. Just get the stats side by side, because I'm so tempted by this card. I had a thought about it. I thought maybe this card would come when I just thought about like flashbacks and whatnot. I thought a Neuer card would be fantastic. So you look at the competitive, and this is why I'm always a bit like not too sure if it's worth picking up special cards, because like I really don't notice a difference between a special and a normal Neuer. So will I notice a difference between this much of an upgrade? It's not a huge upgrade from his inform, but at the same time, it's the best Neuer we're going to get in this game. So I am a little bit tempted by it. I just don't know. 120k, do I want to sink that into this SBC straight away? There's going to be potentially some really good cards coming. Not sure what I'll be doing with that. So let me know in the comment section below. Will you guys be completing that Neuer SBC? I really don't know if it's for me. I'm going to have a little think about it. I'm going to see what the prices say. It might change a little bit, so that will probably deter it. I don't know. It's tough for me. And what about this Flashback Iniesta? Are any of you rushing to get this one done? I don't feel that there's a lot of time to get this done. So I don't know. I mean, considering Footmas, a lot of the objectives we had for that, we had a bit more time to get it done. This is a 91 rated card, so it's going to be interesting to see how many people will be using that. But that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like. If you're brand new, subscribe. Apart from that, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.